Strathman poked at the puck, still loose in the corner. Now comes around behind the cage, picked up by Strathman. Tried to walk right up the middle, taken away by Green Bay. Drop back for a shot by around the cage, feathers it up the far wall, picked up by Fisher. Found the chance, trying to streak down the middle. Puck rolls toward Grainer, and he'll chip it into the left wing corner. LaChance battling for it. Fisher into support. Fisher back in the lineup after missing a couple weeks after a pretty deep up the far wall. Found James Fisher ahead to LaChance at center. LaChance to Williams down the left side. Sharp angle shot answered by the glove of Grainer wearing those green trim pads. Behind the cage, it's Levshunov.
Get the puck for your guys.
And he wins it there. Got it back to Levshunov, and his shot patted out by the right leg of Fowler. Green Bay to their own rebound, and that one is ripped just wide of the cage on the one-timer by DiMarsico. Puck came, turned it over, tried to center, looking for Vitulins, knocked away by Youngstown. Out to the line, Nobes couldn't hold. And so Levshunov, third leading scorer on this team, dumped it in, cycled it down low. Jimmy Clark tried to send it up to Rafalski, taken away by Voronin. He'll get it over to Whitelaw. Well into the zone, but offside ahead of Youngstown to Lawback. Up for Clark. Couldn't chip it past Green Bay, and it's sent back into the zone by Danilov. Youngstown right back to center. Clark into the zone, 1-on-3, stripped of the puck nicely from behind. Battle for it in the left wing corner. Rolls behind the cage for Nobes. Up to the point. Strat to Varner. JV danced around a man. Found Lawback ahead, fired a shot. Grainer made the save and then covered the rebound as Lawback got a second whack at it. Whitelaw steps in, fired it off the post.
Holy smokes there, Lipper. Nearly bounced off of Grainer's behind and into the net.
Picked up by Strathman. Pizzilla up the wall to Rossi. Banked it to Isagai. Kent a little trouble with it, taken away. Gamblers, however, couldn't keep control, and Whitelaw chips it ahead to Rossi. Rossi swinging wide, drops it off for Isagai, fires a shot, up in the air, puck somehow, Granger kept it out. Whitelaw had two whacks at that as the rebound of Isagai. Catalano won the draw, Perkins battling for it. He does chip it into the Green Bay end, but that's right to the stick of Levshunov. Pass ahead to face-off won by Bischoff. Tried to get it to Perkins. Couldn't fight his way through traffic, and the Gamblers poke it out the center. Picked up by DeHaro. Snapped ahead to Catalano. He'll chip it to the left wing corner. Levshunov around the wall over to Nobes. Chipped ahead to Vitulins. He'll bring it through center, but got run into by Connor DeHaro. Bounces back to Barrett Hall. Tried to walk his way through traffic, but the puck will roll to Youngstown. Donner stopped it behind the cage. He'll fire it around the right wall, hit a stanchion, bounce to the middle, but that's right to the stick of DiMarsico. Cross red line and blue into the zone 1-on-4. Got it over to James Fisher. Chip back into the corner for Strathman in on the play. Tried to drop it back to the puck. Nice chip there by the young man out of Rosemont, Minnesota. Ahead to Voronin. Swing wide, fired a shot. Rising wrister. Had some room up top, but it went wide of the cage. Lawback has it in the right corner. Cycles down low. Gamblers took it away for a moment, but Lawback cycled it back down. Varner couldn't find it, however. It bounces to Jaden Davis. Left wing corner away from Voronin. Up to the point, kept in by Nick Williams, but couldn't find Varner down the side, and Levshunov sends it over to the right side, looking for Nobes. Varner got in the way of that, and Green Bay will carry it out the center. Jaden Davis brings it ahead. Davis out to the right, fires a shot right to the belly of Fowler. Rebound bounces over to Williams. He'll send it to the left wing corner. First person to it is Danilov. Tizzy behind the defense, but couldn't get it to him. Levshunov turned it over to Rossi. Jake into the zone, down the left side. Rossi centering feed, looking for Lawback. Bounce out to Williams, fires a shot, ripped it just wide of the cage. Loose at the side of the net. Rossi tried to center, looking for Lawback. Feathered ahead, looking for LaChance. Couldn't catch up to it, even with that long reach. LaChance left it for Isagai. Kenta tried to center, looking for Whitelaw. Pass deflected. Whitelaw catches up to it in the left corner. To Williams. 40 left in the first. Puck loose in the zone. And ripping a shot on net was number 16, Hagen Moe, the young man out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. But he got the puck away to Whitelaw and then Voronin, but he had it poked off of his stick by Levshunov. Nobes up the wall to Levshunov. Isagai got a stick on it, but it bounced right back to Levshunov, and he'll bring it to center. Couldn't feather it ahead. It hit off of Isegai, but then second effort, he will chip it into the Youngstown zone. Taken by Centrella. D to D, over to Williams, ahead to Voronin. Couldn't touch it to Whitelaw. Second effort, to bounce back to Isegai, but he couldn't carry into the zone either. Danilov. Into the Youngstown end. Swings out to the left. Watched by Centrella. Danilov. Still with it. Left it behind the cage for James Dorr now. On goal 7-5. To Orovets in on the play. Threw one through the blue paint and unable to chip it home was Dorr. And then a shot from one by Green Bay, but great hustle there by Bischoff to deny Van Tassel in front of his own net. But now he's picking up speed through center. D'Angelo, red line and blue into the zone. Looking for Carter Rose. Instead, he rips the shot off the shoulder of Jacob Fowler. Over to Levshunov. To Sebastian. Fed down low to Hall. Back to Sebastian. Center point for Levshunov. Over to Vitolins. 25 seconds left in the kill for Youngstown. Van Tassel to Vitolins. Cross the box over to Sebastian. Top of the right circle. Back across to Vitolins. Fed into the box for Hall. Got a shot on net. Patted out by Fowler. Rebound taken by Clark, but couldn't clear. Sebastian gloved it down. Poked out the center by Catalano. He'll bring it ahead. Cat to the front of left on the kill for Youngstown. Ahead with speed comes Vitolins. Red line and blue. Trying to walk right down the middle. Puck rolls off his stick. Fowler posted the corner. Out of the box comes Will Whitelaw. Adams tree preservation penalty kill is behind the cage. He'll play it around the far wall. LeChance will stick it out the center. He found James Fisher. Fish into the zone. Watched by Rose. Fish swinging wide. Dropped it off for Machu. Machu fired a shot. That one might have hit the side of the cage. Back to the point for Wilson. He'll throw one through the lifting wide and bounce right to the stick of Rose. Sent over to Levshunov. Pass ahead at center for Hall. To Machu. Red line and blue into the zone. Dropped off for Svoboda. Threw it on net. Blocker save by Grainer. Rebound to Varner. JV spins in the corner. Up to the point for Patilla. Chase turns and fires. Ripped it wide of the cage. Rebound was loose in front. Svoboda couldn't play it, but they keep it a 1-0 game. Patilla first Svoboda, or check that law back down the left side. Threw one toward the cage. Redirected wide by Green Bay. Hall. Nice stick check from behind there by Varner. They'll battle for it on the right half wall. Varner came free of the scrum, fired a shot looking for the top corner. Missed it high and wide. Strathman couldn't play the rebound. Lawback does, however, into the corner for Strathman. Down low for Rossi. Centering feed looking for Varner. Couldn't pull the trigger on the shot. Rebound bounces to Clark. He'll try the far side. Kept in at the point by Strathman. Back down low it goes. Lawback against Rose. Lawback with it to Varner. To Lawback, fired a shot, missed it wide. Rossi looking for the rebound on the near side. Jake, top of the circle, chipped it down low, hit a Green Bay stick, bounced to Patilla. Chase, top of the right circle, he'll turn and fire. Grainer makes a save, rebound is loose, and he covers.
Dirty area play out in front for Youngstown.
Corner of the Youngstown end. Patilla turns and fires, turned it right over to the stick of Mo, however. He got a quick shot away, and that's a great save by Jacob Fowler. Through the officials' crease all the way into the zone. Centrella in on Grainer. Fired a shot, and he just missed it wide. Centrella looking for his first career USHL goal. Had a great look right there, but denied by Grainer. As it's Isegai on the steal from between the circles. He'll fire a shot, but that is a glove. Watched by DiMarsico, but turned it over. Vitolins walking in, centering feed, had Hall between the circles. Puck popped up in the air, still loose in the blue paint. Fowler has the trapper on top of it, waiting for the whistle, and then finally it blows. Redirect by Bischoff, but Green Bay got there first and redirected out the center. Hall into the zone, back to DiMarsico. Sharp angle shot, saved up to the point to Nick Williams. Broken up by Green Bay, they'll bring it ahead. Davis down the left side, drop behind him for Kramer. In front to Clark, trying to back his way into the cage. Fowler throws the trapper on top of it, and then actually is pushed into the post by his own defenseman. Youngstown controlled by the Gamblers. Orovets to Hall, his shot on net, patted. Grainer sets it up for Levshunov. Leads all USHL defensemen in goals with 7. Into the zone comes Vitolins. Bumped by Williams. Tried to drop it back for Hall. Hit the stick of Nick Williams. Popped up in the air. Hall gloves it down. Traded off with Levshunov. And now Vitolins, top of the left circle. Down low for Van Tassel. Back to Vitolins on the half wall. Cross the box. Over to D'Angelo. Shot from the point by Levshunov. Hall pried it free of the faceoff. Levshunov fanned on the shot. Blocked also by Machu. Rebound to Sebastian. 25 seconds left on the power play for Green Bay. Center point, Levshunov. Top of the right circle now. Down low for Hall. Tried the cross box feed looking for Vitolins. Hit the stick, maybe a Fowler. Did bounce over to Vitolins on the boards. Now sent back to the point for Sebastian. Somehow Green Bay kept it in. Great keep there by the Gamblers. 5 seconds left on the kill for Youngstown. Sebastian tried to send it over to Vitolins. Hit the boot of Shane LaChance and redirect out the center. Out of the box comes Brandon Svoboda. Phantoms up ahead. Bounces to Svoboda. Svoboda, left circle. Fired a shot. He scored! And that's actually going to be an assist for Hunter Bischoff and Shane 12 to give Youngstown the 2-0 lead on the even strength goal. Right now it's a Green Bay power play. Levshunov fired a shot, hit a man in front, popped up in the air, and Fowler throws the chopper on top of it. That might have hit fantastic. It left on this Adams tree preservation penalty kill. Winding it up is Levshunov. Drop back for Sebastian into the zone down the left side. Cross the ice to Van Tassel, fired a shot. Glove saved by Fowler, and it trickled wide. Sebastian to Levshunov. To Vitolins, left circle. Down low for Van Tassel. Back to Vitolins, top of the circle. Center point for Levshunov. He'll walk the line. Right point now. Trades places with Sebastian. Down low for Hall. Back to Sebastian, top of the right circle. To the dot, fired a shot. Blocked by Bischoff. 25 seconds left in the kill. Sebastian to Hall, to Vitolins, left circle, fired a shot. Stick saved by Fowler, might have hit the knob. Youngstown goaltender as the Phantoms get it clear as far as center, but no fresh bodies on the ice. Levshunov lost the puck to Bischoff. JV, he got can opener pulled on him by D'Angelo, but play's going to continue as puck's bouncing through the slot. Chipped out the center by Varner, 3-on-2 developing. Varner down the right side. Varner fired a shot, Greater made the save. Rebound chipped just wide by Lawback. To the line, held in nicely by Williams. He'll chip it to the right wing corner. Varner cycles down low for Lawback. To Williams, pinching in on the play. Pitchfork back down low to Lawback. Center in front for Rossi. He chipped it off the right pad. Rebound came to the weak side. Carried out the center by Van Tassel. Swept away from him by Varner. Back into the zone. Picked up by Levshunov. Thrown off of the stick of Van Tassel and redirected over the low glass. Eights of Hagen Moe. Moe came free. Forced it to center. Picked up by Voronin. Chipped ahead. Looking for Whitelaw, who got obstructed by Chesler, but play's going to continue here as Orovitz sends it around the dasher, picked off by Isagai. Down low for Whitelaw. Will from behind the cage, centering feed off the skate of Voronin to the far boards. Bounces to Chesler. He'll send it off the boards and down the ice, but Machu stopped it at the Youngstown line, got it ahead to Isagai. Kenta to Whitelaw. He got checked up high from behind. Play continues.
Holy smokes. Hit there by Green Bay. Lucky there was no call on that.
Now it's Moe firing one off the pads of Fowler. Rebound is loose. Door whacking at it. Still loose, and Fowler jumps on top of it. Ahead to Nobes, but he's forced back out to center. Levshunov chipped it to the right wing corner off of DiMarsico. Nick Williams over to Fisher. Lifted out to center. Bounce to Levshunov. He'll throw it off the near boards. Bounce to DiMarsico. Bounces back to Nobes in his own zone. Nobes out to center. Found Hall. Forcing his way down the left side. It rolled to Nick Williams. Fires it around the kick plate. Levshunov pinching in on the play. Send it over to Nobes at the left point. Off the far boards. It bounces behind the cage for DiMarsico. Tried to drop it behind him looking for Vitolins. Picked off nicely by Williams. Ahead to Fisher. He'll bring it to the neutral zone and drop it back for DeHaro. DeHaro red line and then chipped it into the Green Bay zone. Grainer sent it around the kick plate. Stolen away by Varner. He ripped it high and wide of the cage. Off the corner boards, it stayed in play. DeHaro held the line. Sent it down the wall. Through Rossi and over to Wilson. Lawback. And to Rossi. Rossi in the corner, works his way up the right wall. Rossi turns and fires, got it to Lawback, trying to tuck it home, and Grainer got the right skate to the post as he had lost his crease. And play by Green Bay. Rossi knocks it down, poked it just wide of the cage. Rossi in the left corner, up to the point for Wilson. Jack, D to D over to Machu. Machi, center point. Wilson turns, fires, Grainer makes a save, rebounds in the blue paint, swept wide by Green Bay. Lawback to it in the corner, up to Machu. D to D over to Wilson. Jack, faked right, went left. Sent down low for Rossi. Youngstown working a nice cycle here. Still in the corner. Rossi sent it behind the cage. Comes through to Lawback, but taken away by the Gamblers, and it'll be Hall by Green Bay. They'll bring it ahead 4-on-2 if they can hustle. Whitelaw trying to get back into the play. Van Tassel, watched by Patilla. Van Tassel in on net. Fowler made the save. Fowler might have gone to the Scorpion there as it came out in front. It's loose at the edge of the blue paint. Swept out of danger by Whitelaw. Catalano wins the draw. Back to Williams, who'll walk down the left wall. Nick feathers it around the boards. Was looking for Clark, but it's touched away by Nobes up the wall. Danilov couldn't clear. Now it bounces toward Levshunov at the edge of the blue paint. He'll carry. Got it to Davis and sent out to center. Danilov into the zone. Right side, tried to poke it out to center. That bounced off of Nobes. Perkins otherwise would have been out on ahead to Catalano. Down the left side comes Clark. Rolling puck. Fired it toward the net, missed it wide. Perkins to the rebound. Cycles it back around the kick plate to the left side. Centrella pinching in on the play. Up the wall, Clark digging for it at the top of the circle. Clark able to pry it free, fired it around the kick plate. It'll come to the right side, and Levshunov up to the point, held in nicely by Nick Williams. Pitchforks it down low, it bounces off the dasher. Perkins battling for it against Nobes. He'll gather, fires in to the chance. He scores! Behind him, and that's going to act as a stretch pass for Sebastian. Coming down the right side, watched by Wilson, forced into the corner. Back to the point for Rafalski. His one-timer right as Youngstown controls the draw. Wilson up the wall, shut off by Rafalski. Threw one through the blue paint, hit a Youngstown stick in front. Van Tassel threw it wide, picked up off the near boards by Patilla. Chase slowing things down. D to Patilla, up ahead to the line for Rozzi. Levshunov pinching in on the play, turned over, bringing it back into the zone is Jimmy Clark. In the right corner, he'll throw it behind the cage. Got it through, over to Kramer. Kramer, side of the net for Mo, came out in front, knocked away by Youngstown. Vitulins, up ahead for Hall, 4-on-2. Vitulins swings wide, fires a shot, but that's right to the glove of Jake. Off one by Braden Clark. Puck rolls behind the cage, but it's picked up by Vitulins. He'll send it up the far boards to Orovets. D over to Levshunov. He'll turn and fire right to the glove of Jacob Fowler. No Castle behind the cage. Watched by Daharo. Up to the point to Orovets. D over to Levshunov. Couldn't play it cleanly. He'll have to walk down the half wall and run the cycle. To Orovets, the defenseman in on the play. Goes down under the pressure of Daharo. Van Tassel picked it up, gloved it down, passed over to Levshunov. Fired a shot, redirected wide in the slot by D'Angelo. Sebastian left side to Van Tassel, watched by Machu. Clark came in, sent it up to the point, held in by Orovets. Chipped it off the window and down into the corner. Bounce you. He'll send it cross point to Catalano. Cat off the boards and softly down the ice. No icing here on Youngstown. Orovets will pick it up just inside his own line. Full change for Youngstown as Orovets throws it to open ice. This is going to roll to Daharo. Daharo behind him. Levshunov couldn't hold the zone. It'll be picked up by Whitelaw. Will into the zone, watched by Orovets. Couldn't do the inside out as the puck bounces to Voronin. Voronin off the boards to Whitelaw. Watched by Sebastian. Fed into the corner for Isagai. Kenta walks the line, tries to wrap around through the blue paint. Into the corner, it's Voronin. Sharp angle shot, hit a stick, popped up in the air, came to the top of the circle for Strathman. D to Patilla. Turns and fires, redirected just wide by Isagai. 4:45 left in the third, 3-0 for 4 on the game. Green Bay coming ahead, 2-on-2. Clark cuts through the middle, fired a shot, gloves! Around the cage, comes to the far side. Watched by Svoboda. Clark still with it, dropped into the circle for Kramer. His shot went wide. Rebound into the right corner. Picked up there by Kramer again. Up to the point now for Chesler. Pumped down the wall. To Danilov. Across the top of the circles he goes. Left side with it. Drop back for Kramer. Tried the one-timer. Poked away from him. Nicely by Daharo. At the point, it's Levshunov. To Clark. Fired one toward the cage. Fowler didn't know where it was and went below the red line. Patilla took his man out, sent it ahead, and it's clubbed. Quick up there by Chesler. Off the man at the line. Rolled in on Fowler. He'll stick it over to Wilson. Played ahead for Perkins. Crossed by Machu. Pulls up at the left half wall. Stead goes for a spin. Threw it through the paint to the back door for Barrett Hall, and Fowler got over to make the save. Kramer kicked it free, got it to Danilov. His shot goes wide. 2 seconds and 1, and for the second time this season, the Youngstown Phantoms have recorded a shutout as they down the Green Bay Gamblers by the score of 3-0.
What an impressive game by Jacob Fowler, going 21 for 21 on the shot total, getting